Morning. All right, this is what we have been doing on our follow along this time. And if you've not been coloring along, this is your link, coloringfaith.com/free-coloring-pages/. You can pause and copy that real quick. Go back and pick up our parts 1 and 2, and then you'll be caught up with it. And at that point, I'll be explaining this key and all the things that we've done so far. Now, these are all of my metallic coloring pencils. I have the Hobby Lobby Fine Touch metallics and the Marco metallics, and recently I added the Royal Langnickel brand italics. The Fine Touch are from Hobby Lobby. The Marcos I did get online, I believe from AliExpress. And then the last set I got at Five Below for, I think it was $2. So I have done my swatches for each one. None of these came numbered. So I used my label maker, made up numbers, and went for it. I think that it's going to be good to use metallics on this. You could also use your gel pens. I know a lot of those are in metallics. I have a cup full that I have separated out that are metallic and glitter, and they are from Super Doodle. And I actually have them separated into these cups. Yes, these cups just appeared. I did push pause and grab them real quick. So these are my glitter ones. And in fact, I have a blue one in the other room. Talk about not being prepared. Sorry about that. Okay, so there's going to be no right or wrong way to do this. I want you to pick colors that you like, and just remember that any of it can be any color. Seriously. The main thing I want to emphasize is that I am still going to be looking at what ornament is on top, what is underneath. And because of what is underneath, see the slight shadow on my hand? The one underneath is going to have a shadow. So that is still the number one thing that I just always see. And again, it's probably because of my painting background. I've always seen what's behind and where the shadows fall. So I am not going to really pay a lot of attention to this, although it's here if I ever need it. I really just want to grab some colors and get some color on. So this one is the Fine Touch, and it's kind of a tealy color. I will say that it is still good to make your color swatches for these, because if you are trying to match something, it comes in very handy. Now, Fine Touch, can you hear it? They're a bit scratchy. I don't know that there's anything in them to help them flow. And the colors are not always all that great. So, hey, I'm just telling you how it is. I bought them. I paid for them. I'm going to give an honest review. Even if I didn't pay for them, I would give you an honest review. I think you need to know what you're getting into when you buy things. So anyway, I'm just coming around here, and my head is saying, you did the inside one on this, do the inside one, all of them. Does it matter? No. Do whatever you want. If you don't like doing little spaces or this overwhelms you, do the whole thing. It doesn't matter. It's going to look fine by the time you're done. Just go for it. There are no coloring police. There is no right or wrong. When you're doing a picture, I mean, a lot of times I'll advise you on how to mix colors and stuff, but as far as what you're doing, that is totally up to you. Now, you're not going to see me use several different colors in one area because I'm going to wait till the end and then put that second color around in my shading. In fact, I know that for the most part, I am going to use purple for my shadow color. So let's just look now and see if there's a good purple in here, because if there is, I would like to go ahead and stay with the metallic if I'm going to use metallics. And even if you like use a gel pen, you can still come back and put that shadow in. I'd like a deeper purple than that. And this is why I've still bought so many different packages of the metallics. I keep hoping that one day I'll get the right ones. I think a good metallic should be nice and metallic-y, have that shimmer. Now, how they're going to get that in a pencil is beyond me. So, don't get me wrong, I'm not knocking them, because I really don't know how they would do it either. Okay, so the only real metallic was that, and that's too bright. So what I'm the good purple. So what I'm probably going to end up doing is getting a flat, just regular colored pencil, not a metallic, to do this. So, but let's go ahead and try to finish out some areas. In fact, let's grab another one from the Hobby Lobby company, the Fine Touch. And this one, the outside, well, it looks kind of like an off purpley silver. So, yeah, again, not the best, but it is kind of a metallic-y color. So, you do what you gotta do. And a lot of times I'll keep these pulled so I know what colors I'm using as I go. I'll put 12 right here, and I will put, this is 23, put 23 right there. And I'm going to come back in with this 12 and do this lone piece. Now, if it bothers you that there's not a second one there, color in a second one, and then take a black pen and draw the line, and you've fixed it. Personally, I'm trying to get to where everything doesn't have to be so balanced and not worrying about it. Now, like this is 2 here. All the others are either 2 or 1. So I'm going to make this all one piece. Just not going to worry about it. It's not worth stressing over. And I'm just coloring right over that black line. Okay, no stress. Trying to relax. Trying to enjoy what's going on here. There we go. Very basic, very simple. Now my background, I'm going to do my background in this one. This is the Marco metallic. I labeled it as number 13. Who knows? Anyway, I'm going to come through here and use it for a background color. You'll see me turn my pencil every now and then. It's kind of like when you used to suck on a peppermint stick when you were a kid and you'd twist it in your mouth to get a point on it. Well, I'm turning this every now and then so I wear down a spot on the opposite side so that I can kind of help keep a point on it. Way I'm not sharpening my pencils near as often. I will tell you with metallics, sometimes you need to go just one direction. Now I am still doing my circles. And sometimes I have to follow along the edge like this. But for the most part, try to make sure you're going the same direction, because sometimes with your metallics it'll show. When I'm painting, my metallics are a little bit transparent, and so I have to do an undercoat of that color first in a solid, and then put the metallic over the top. And even my solid has to be in one direction, or it shows really badly. Yeah, it's just a poor mess if I don't get in there and do it the same direction. And it's just something about the metallics. Now the pencils are not near as bad as the paint. When I'm painting, I really have to watch it. Not so much here, but enough that I think it warranted just letting you know. You want to make sure you're not scribbling in different directions here. Try to go as much as you can in the same direction, unless you're having to go around something like I did there. Otherwise, try to always go the same direction. Now you remember when I did the strokes here, I went the direction that they were drawn. So I went long ways. So that really helped with those. But yeah, there's nothing worse than having a piece done and then looking at it and going, oh, all those scribbles show. Yeah, we're not in the habit of doing a bunch of scribbles. And now that I'm looking at this, I'm wondering if I have another shade that's darker than this that I could do for my shadow all the way around the outside. This one's number 13. So it says I picked that. So this number 10 would work. I know it looks a little green, but by the time we lay it over the top, it should be okay. So I'm looking for something that would go with that 13. I see that 15, but I'm just not sure that 15 is dark enough. I want to be able to really show a shadow. Let's just go with this number 10. So looking for my number 10. I know this is boring, right? Sorry. So many of you have wanted to see how my process goes. This is how you see how it goes. And it's the 5th to the last pencil on the table. So now what I'm going to do is just come around here over the top of all of it and do my circles. And then I'm going to come out with a lighter row of circles right next to that. And just go lighter as I come out. Okay, so going a little harder here. We want that color really on there, and then lighter circles as I come out. Even over the top of those little swirly marks. Okay, are you seeing how that looks more rounded back in there because it is darker? You should be able to tell that it's darker there. And I'm going to even go under here because that cap that's on it is pushed down on and leaves just a little bit of shadow. There's not as much shadow up here on the top because this one's in front and the light would be hitting it there, but there still is some. Make sure you get those little circles in there. The little circles is just the best way I know of for blending. Now let's go down this side. Same thing. Going to be some shadow here from the little top that's sitting up there, the hook, not the hook, but the actual place where the hook goes through. Okay, then there's some here, even though it doesn't come out as far. There is still going to be a little bit here because it is cupped around. It's a round object. And I'm not going to sit here and do all of these for you on camera. I am going to walk you through where the darker colors would go. Okay, so I'm not just going to leave you with it. I will show you some. See how it's lighter in the middle, darker around the outside. Now this ornament is on top of this one, so this is going to have the shadow all the way around. So let's get these circles in there. That center in there is going to be darker. Okay. You can do this. Besides, this is a freebie. It's a runoff. If you mess it up, you go run off another one. Yeah, you've got time invested in it, but big deal. You're learning, you know? At 55 plus, I hope to never quit learning. I want to learn something in my life and not just exist. If it's coloring, so be it. I'm good with that. Okay, so there's that. That was number 10, writing that down. All right, now the top for it, I'm going to pull a gel pen just so that you can see how my gel pens work. I do like these. These are the ones by Super Doodle. See how nice that is? And I didn't have to prime it or anything, and I don't know when I used this color last. I mean, it could have been sitting there in the cup for 2 weeks. I don't have a problem with them leaking. I don't have a problem with them drying up. Okay, I just don't. And they're not numbered, and I have no swatches for these. I will come back with this yellowish color and put right here on the top, just as a highlight where the light's hitting it. Now you would not put the highlight here because that's sideways right here. It's kind of in this shape. Okay, how that comes down is in this wave shape. So the light would actually be hitting right here where it comes out. So right here is where I want to put my extra little light. And I'm just doing down and pull up, down and pull up. All right, can you see that? Ooh, got the shine on it for you. Okay, then the other thing I have left is all those little dots. And let's see, what should we do for dots? We've got a little bit of purple in the ornament. How about if I just do these? All the dots in purple. See, it comes together. This ornament to me has a very rich look to it because it is in the deeper colors. And I do like that. And hopefully by the time you're finished, the ornaments will all kind of reflect your personality, whether they're in the muted tones or the bright colors or whatever. Okay, now I'm not going to do the rest of this. Oh, don't boo me. I told you I wasn't going to. I am going to show you where the shadows would go. All right, so you can pause or whatever you need to do. In fact, here's a roll of painter's tape. You can grab a roll of washi tape if that's what you have, but any kind of tape that's going to pull back up. What I'm going to show you, if I can tear this, is where the shadows would be. There's going to be a shadow there because that one's underneath in that area. There's going to be a shadow around here because that one's underneath this one. The only shadow, and they all still get that dark all the way around. Okay? So this one, it's on the very top. The only thing it gets is the dark all the way around. This one is on the very top. Can you see? It's on the very top. So the only thing it gets is the shadow all the way around. Now, the little one, yep, it's behind it. It's underneath it. So it gets a shadow right there plus around. Is this helping? I don't want to tell you what colors to do your ornaments, so I don't want to just take up time on that when you can do it yourself. This one's on top, only the shadow all the way around to make it look rounded. Okay, this one is tucked underneath, so it also gets a shadow right there. Okay, this one's on top, only gets a shadow all the way around. This one is underneath this one, so it gets the shadow here. Oh, I like how that torn a curve. And it will also get the shadow that goes all the way around. All right, these are both under this one. You got it. Yep. They're going to get shadows here and all the way around, and a shadow here and all the way around. Don't forget, there will also be a bit of a shadow tucked in here because this greenery is on top of this. Same thing here. Okay, there's going to be a little shadow tucked right in there. Okay, does that help? Don't forget to shadow under the cup here, here, here. Anywhere where it's coming down onto the ornament, you're going to put little shadows up under there. This one comes just straight to it, so just the shadow that goes all the way around. Okay? Yeah, blue painter's tape is something that I keep on hand all the time because of my regular painting. There's times I have to tape off a pattern or tape something down. The reason I use painter's tape is even if I push this down, I can still come back and peel it up. Peel it up careful, but yeah, see, no paper came up with it. I did not damage my picture. So, and you can just pause and do each one and then hit play again. You don't have to tape it off. If you've got little stickers or something that would work, just make sure it's not something that's going to damage your picture. But anyway, so that's it. After that, it's completed. And again, there is an address here for you to type into your computer, and then you can share your finished piece with them over there. All right, so that's it. I don't know what I'm going to do next. I've got several things pulled. One is I Dream in Color, and then I've got a piece that is a grayscale that I was sent that I can do. So I need to go do some planning. All right, I'll talk at you later. Have fun. Bye.